It's the final day of racing at the 44 Cup Marstrand. The sun is out and we've got 10 knots of breeze on the racecourse, so it's shaping out to be a great day of sailing. Let's get straight into the action. The start line's looking pretty busy in the middle, lots of boats jostling for position, trying to get that last little bit of acceleration as they bring the boat up onto the breeze to come off the starting line. The Italians at the end nearest the camera look like they've got a nice bit of space near them, but there's 3 boats that are really fighting hard to be right down at the pin end. Farstar has some issues after the start. The jib's down, they're having to look through some of the control systems on the boat. It's not looking great for them for this day, unfortunately. Up at the top of the course, it looks like we've got Charisma, who's coming across on port, just tacking down. They're going to follow him round behind Team Aqua, who've done a good job on this first feat. Looks like the 4 boats that were down on the pin end off the star line have really benefited from the left-hand side looking upwind into the Wimmer mark. And Black Star, though, they got a good start. They were sort of a bit more in the middle. They're coming across. They're probably going to come in here in rounding in 3. Again, another tight lay line, as always in this class, where the boats are really nipped up coming up into the top. Nice and smooth from the leading boat. Your tack's already out. The foredeck man's already trying to help the spinnaker rapidly out on the bow. The kite's gone up. They're all really deep rounding though, super deep. The kite's set well, but that sets them up being nice and deep to enable them to protect the inside line as they go downwind. Star, Peninsula, Aleph, and tacking in, just nipping in there, is Team Cref, trying to just get in on the inside. Aqua's leading. They've got Charisma hot on their heels behind. Both of these boats got a little gap relative to the rest of the fleet, and that's really going to help them in this light and fickle conditions. They won't be so mixed up in such turbulent wind of this big gaggle of boats behind. And especially now, Peninsula's gone high to protect their wind, Black Star going high as well, and that forces Aleph high too. Nika's up there as well, and that's all putting the boats in very different modes. 3 boats in the far left of the picture here, high mode. The 4 boats in the middle of the picture, low mode. The lower mode, that's going to give them options to be able to jibe out and have a clear lane downwind. At the moment, the 3 boats on the far left of the picture need to make sure that gives them a gain, because if they have to jibe across, they might not cross the 2 boats behind them. Looking down on the picture now, it looks quite patchy. On the far side of the race course, there was some potential gusts. Could that boat get into it? I'm not sure. I think there's been a bit of a gain from there, and maybe that's the grey kite coming across on the right hand side of the screen that's made a little gain. Meanwhile, it's Charisma that's jumped Aqua. They've taken the jibe on above Aqua on port jibe, and they've made a gain. That's brought them into first place coming into the bottom mark here, and that's going to be a fantastic platform for them going forwards. That puts them in almost an unassailable position going into the last couple of races. But they're having to sail through the chopped up air of the boats coming downwind, and a big bit of swell that the boat stopped in there. But Charisma sailing nicely and smoothly and away. Charisma and Aqua here, both putting plenty of distance between them and the rest of the fleet. For Charisma, this is a crucial race in their regatta series, and this should effectively seal their opportunity to be the winners of the event. If they have one more good race into the second race today, that'll pretty much be it for them. Jib sounds super fast, but always a little twist in the kite. Super tricky when you don't get a chance to zip the tack and the head of the spinnaker for your second kite hoist. But they save it, they get going, they're sailing nicely, and Aqua again coming around doing a good job too. The distance between the boats still pretty much the same, but they're both got a good jump on the rest. So we're following Charisma down here, the team working the boat very well with their kinetics. You see the guys on the foredeck here, all on their knees, leaning out, leaning in when the boat's trying to head up a little bit and pushing their body weight to windward. Like now, when they want to be able to surge the boat down away and get the boat to bear away. Little subtle trimming of the body weight. Oh, but at the top here, it's a penalty. There's a penalty for Aleph. They're trying desperately to get the boat to bear away, but the boat gets a little bit stuck here. The mainsail's overloaded. The next boat's coming round. There's almost going to be a collision. Have they got the ability to keep out of the way without infringing the next boat round? It's super tight, but yeah, they just about do it. Nika set the kite even with all that disturbance in the way, but now Aleph are a bit of a dead duck in the water. Black Star come round and set the kite, and now they're pretty close and way overlapped. Aleph have to be careful here. There's still windward boat in this situation. They need to not infringe the red kited boat. Meanwhile, down at the bottom of the racecourse, it's Charisma. Charisma really sailing well today. They're going to win this race from Team Aqua, from Team Peninsula. That puts them one for the first race of today. That's race 8. That gives them a really good margin relative to everybody else in the overall standings. The start of race 9. One boat down on the pin end here, not got such a good start, but the action seems to be up in the middle to the starboard end of the start line. But Aleph was over. They couldn't get out from between all the boats, and now they're going to have to sail back towards the line to recross the start line and start their race all over again. Not such a great start for them, unfortunately. They recross the starting line and now are off sailing as fast as they can to regain distance up the course. So who have we got here coming out of the right hand side of the picture? It's Team Aqua again. They're again having another really good race. Tacking into a solid lee bow position relative to Black Star. But Black Star had put a little bit of speed in the bank before they had Peninsula attacking in, Aqua attacking in there. Aqua put a lee bow tack in relative to Black Star. Black Star do a good job of sailing high off them after they finish their tack, and now it's just a case of sailing into the windward mark to set the boat up for a nice windward mark rounding. Both boats' bow teams working feverishly at the moment, trying to get that spinnaker out and ready for the hoist. And as they come into the mark, the kite's already halfway up on Aqua as the boat hits the mark. It's kite setting even before the transoms left the windward mark. But meanwhile, race 9's an important race to Charisma. They've got such a big lead in the overall standings. They're being safe and careful. They need a reasonable race here to make sure that they can win the event with a one race to spell. They're coming in, a couple of tacks here just to get onto the ley line. They're going to want to make sure they keep it simple. Got a little duck on the far starboard here. They don't want to get into any trouble coming into this top mark. They just want to keep it nice and clean and clear and look to make gains on the other people in front of them in the next downwind leg. Artemis rounding now, the kite's up and setting, a lovely set, speeding away from the mark now. Team Fast Star, the kite's going up. Oh, the tack line's not gone all the way out. The tack line is coming back out now. Fortunately for them, the kite didn't go in the water. Charisma though, a nice seamless bit of boat handling there. The boat's down an angle, trucking away on the next leg, downwind towards the leeward gate. They just need to keep it simple. They just need to keep pressing the boats in front of them, chipping away. A couple of boats, one boat here, one boat there, just nipping away at the person in front of them. They've got great speed this regatta, and they just need to keep it simple and not get in any trouble. This downwind is very stable. All the boats wanting the same tactic on the downwind. They want to minimise the jibes. They want to hold all the way down into the ley line and try and jibe on the ley line for their best approach. It's Peninsula who tacks. Peninsula attacks early, Black Star defends, and at the same time Team Aqua defend Black Star's attacking jibe. All three boats here really got to the importance of trying to come in with a nice clean and clear approach into these leeward gates. It's Aqua who've done a good job. They're approaching on the last starboard jibe, coming into the finish. Black Star still pushing to try and make gains on them, even in this last approach to the gate. The drop comes in nice and early. They want to get that down and tide it away nice and swiftly before they start rounding the boat up. Kite's in the boat, they're turning up. They want to be exiting the mark with the boat going upwind as they pass the mark. Black Star trying to push and push and push. They're coming in a little bit hotter and a bit closer. They have to do a bit more of a handbrake turn here, but it's still a good exit for them out of the mark. Boat 3, Peninsula, they're going to have to come in, and they're going to come in and round again to do the same thing. All the boats seem to want to come out on port tack here out to the leeward mark and continue off up into the left-hand side of the racecourse. We've had a solid beat again, and at the top, it's still Team Aqua, sailing superbly. Really nice work from the team, and another super slick voice here. Really sets them up super well. They've gained 4 lengths on this upwind. A lovely job. Chris Fake here steering the boat super well, and that's going to set them up really nicely for them going into the last race of the day, the next race. It's Charisma coming for attacking here. With this result, this is going to be a solid result, looking about 6th or 7th at the moment, and that will mean that they are unbeatable in the overall results. One more tack to do onto the starboard ley line behind Team Searef. Both these boats now are going to be working super hard to get the spinnaker up and slick, maintaining all their speed as much as they possibly can. The bowman's forward, the tack's going out, holding the kite so it doesn't blow out of the boat, helping this top of the spinnaker out early. Here we go, kites up, jibs down. Meanwhile, down at the bottom of the course, we've got the winners of the race. Winners of race 9 are Team Aqua. A superb sailing performance in this race, done super well, and a real good launch for them going into the last race. Platforms are really nicely to make gains on the overall leaderboard. Going into race 10, Charisma don't even need to do the race. Series, well done and congratulations them. It's Team Aqua again nailing the start of the pin end down here. Team Aqua from Farstar and then Team Nika. As we look off at the starting ladder here, lots of boats all doing great job on their time and distance. Very even for all those boats in the middle as they come off the starting line. Who is going to get the upper hand out of this first feat and try and lead in at the top? It's Team Artemis. This is a super important race for them. This could really help them nail the overall podium positions. If they get a really good race here, that could see them up into 2nd overall. It's Artemis, and again, Team Aqua. That left-hand side's been good. They've done a really good job of getting out of that left-hand side. But who's that in 3rd? The team in 3rd is Team Searef, and they were at the starboard end of the star line and tapped off a little bit. Kept a bit of a different option for the upwind. So Artemis bears away, cut it goes up, sets down, speeding away from the mark. Again, another strong hoist here from Aqua. Are they going to get it set before they leave the mark? Yes, they are. That's one of their strengths today. They've done a super good job with their hoists. Searef coming around in 3rd here. In this slightly light and fickle stuff, the lead is definitely taking a massive advantage and massive gain. Artemis here coming in. It looks like the wind's dropped a little bit. Not as easy coming to the bottom of the racecourse here. Artemis just ghosting along a little bit here, coming in to the bottom. But they're just about to drop. Dropping the spinnaker. They want to take the starboard hand rounding out into the left-hand side of the beat, going up this last upwind in the last beat of the race. It's super tight between them and Aleph for the overall points, and this race result will really help them a huge amount. They've done a great job on this upwind. It's Artemis all the way now. They just have to keep it clean and simple. This should be enough, depending on where Aleph finish, for them to be able to do well, and they're certainly on the podium here. The fast improving Team Aqua though, still hunting away. They're doing another really good job in this race. A 2 in race 8 today, a 1 in race 9 today, and now another 2 in this race. It's a stellar performance by Chris Flake and his team on Team Aqua. Is the finishing position in first going to be enough for Artemis? Is Artemis's win in this race, if they can hold on to it, going to be enough for them to secure second overall? It's 3 for Team CREF at the moment, but Peninsula coming round quite close to them. It's then Team Nika after that. Where's Aleph? Where's Aleph? Is Aleph going to be doing enough to be able to get into second overall? First Artemis at the moment, second Team Aqua, third Team CREF, fourth Team Peninsula, fifth Team Nika, and sixth is Team Aleph. There's 1 point in it at the moment between Artemis, who are on 41 points, and Team Aleph, who will be on 42 points if they stay in sixth. It looks pretty much signed off for Artemis here. They're definitely going to win this race, but it's all down to the closeness of the encroaching fleet coming down. If Aleph can leapfrog one boat, then that puts them into a position where they could snatch second. Artemis cross the finish line and win the race. That puts them on 41 points. The wind's dying, it's getting much lighter here. Artemis finished the race, they won the race, but they just don't know what's going on behind. They're desperately trying to work out who's come through. Marstrand certainly has delivered this week. A lot of different conditions, very fluky and fickle, but the dominant team has been Team Charisma. Congratulations to them, excellent job. We now look forward to the next event, the 44 Cup in Brunnen, Switzerland, where the World Championship title will be fought for. All the best to all the teams and great luck going forward into the next event. Now, let's hand over to Team Charisma to hear from them, the race winners, of how it was for them in this last race and the event.
This is a great comeback for the team. After last year, the first 2 events, we had to find ourselves and invent ourselves again, and now we are back quite convincing, and I'm very happy with this. It's I think the 3rd or the 4th time we win in Marstrand. I don't know exactly anymore, but great week for the team, and we go into the Worlds with a lot of expectations for ourselves, and we'll see if we can accomplish it.
It was a good week for us. I think, as Nico said, it was nice to be with such a great team. You know, every single one of these people is a good fighter all the way around. So we kind of are getting better every time we sail together as a group, and we got pretty smooth and good at it. And you know, still always places to improve, but it was a good week for us for sure. Thank you.